Okay, get yourself a good sturdy chair. We're gonna do strength work. We're gonna do some weights. And even when you're doing, part free weights, part chair, part body load, that type of thing, go ahead and get those weight gloves on. It really helps, especially if you tend to have little glitches in your hands. We have a lot of joints in our hands that could use the support and the warmth. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do what I just told you to do. Get my gloves on. And quick on and quick off. Do not keep or get any gloves that's hard to get on. You won't do it. So these are a mesh and a leather combined. Gives good breathability. First of all, I'm going to grab my tea towel. Okay. So I have two. I have a heavy one and then I have a lighter one. And go ahead and grab your band because we're going to use that some today too. I'll put that on my chair. So starting out, I'm going to use my 2-inch really good foam balance pad in my chair. Okay, so we're going to be using our chair a lot. I have it situated here so you can kind of see what I'm doing straight on. I can walk all the way around it. See this? I can walk all the way around it. This is kind of an important factoid in setting up your station. See, I can go to this side. I can come right here. I can step wide. I can hip hinge and sit. I can hip hinge and come up. I come in. I walk backwards. When I get back to the back of the chair, I go side. And then I come forward again. See that? So step wide. Here's my tea towel. I'm going to go ahead and sit down on that pad. And then I'm going to stand back up. And I'm going to sit down. Just stay right with me. I know I'm going to be kind of jumping around here. So come back up. Now go like this. See that? When I threw, like I'm throwing a ball, see that? I push this knee forward. My toes are pretty forward. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna act like I'm throwing a ball, but I've got this one right here under my chin. See that? Then I'm gonna come down. Then I'm gonna transfer and I'm gonna bend this knee. And I'm gonna throw that ball. Now, here's the deal. Most of you started with your preferred hand, didn't you? As I did. You started with your right hand. And then when you shifted and you decided to throw the ball with your non-preferred hand, it felt wonky. Yeah, that's Kay's word. It felt a little weird. So we're going to continue throwing our ball, hanging on to it. See here? Shift. See the shift? Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Some of you going way up with your shoulders. I'm not going up. See? I'm throwing my ball right out in front of my face. And I'm coming down. And I'm shifting. So when I shift, I get my adductors and abductors going, number one. Then I get all the structures of muscle around the knee going, number two. I'm throwing the ball. I'm shifting. I'm dropping my shoulders. Bring your arms up. Throw the ball with that non-preferred hand. And here's the deal. Don't go fast. Everybody wants to go so fast. Not to begin with. So see this shifting? See, as I shift right here, if you're not careful, you are shifting, but you're shifting into your toes. So you want to stay primarily into your heels, a little bit on the toes. So as I shift, I say tummy in, shoulders down. Then I bring these hands up and I'm going to throw the ball with that non-preferred hand. Shift, stay into the heel, stay into the heel, shift, stay into the heel, stay into the heel, go all the way around. If you've had shoulder issues, generally, it's going to involve what people call the shoulder girdle. Okay, well, what is the shoulder girdle? It's not just right here. It actually involves muscles that insert into your collarbone, your sternum, and back here, really deep into and around your shoulder blade. So see how I'm going shift? I'm stepping wide, number one. I'm in front of my chair, number two. I'm doing all the mantra set up for neutral spine or posture. I'm shifting. I'm dropping my shoulders. I'm coming around and down. Shift. Drop my shoulders. Big breath through the nose. And you know what that means when I say big breath through the nose. What am I really telling you? Shut your mouth. I got myself off balance. I was laughing so much. Okay, go to the side. Go to the side. Now you know what you did? You shifted to your toes. Why? I don't know. That's what slugs do. Okay, sit back into your heels. Drop your shoulders. Boom. See that? I'm doing archery. See that? Yeah. Don't take your elbows way up. That will just cause problems. You're trying to warm up the synovial fluid in and around your elbow, your wrist, yes, your shoulder, but your shoulder is a very mobile unit, and we need to work it in all that mobility that it does have. So I'm going side to side, and now I'm going to come back, and I got my elbows right here. If that's causing you a problem, drop the shoulders, drop the elbows. Now you're going to hip hinge. Now you're going to go into the sit down, and you're going to reach way out here. See that? Way out here. Then you're going to drop down, and you're going to do what's called a figure eight. See how I'm rearing back through the hip hinge? Then I'm going to come to the center, and I'm going to do the figure eight. See this? Center, figure eights. Center, figure eights. Center. Yeah, keep your arms really straight on. When you do bend forward from a sit down, hip hinge. So you're bending forward from a hip hinge. Take a big deep breath, and we're doing a figure eight. And as you come back around, take your arm way back there. Then do that circle, then come to the center of the figure eight, then come around. Take a big deep breath. Take a big deep breath. Go way back, hip hinge. When you come forward, hip hinge. Go way back. Bring it around. Come to the center. Come down. Come to the center. Figure eight. Way back. And then come here. Right here to the center. Back and forth. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Because some of you are working way up here. I want you to drop your shoulders. And when you come to the side now, I want you to hip hinge and try, just try to see if you can approach your knee, right above your knee with your elbow, and then come back, okay? That's gonna be a big move. If you have discomfort in your shoulder when you do this move, so you drop your shoulders, that's number one. Now hip hinge, take a breath, don't hold your breath. Now try to bring that elbow right into that knee. Really back here. And then come back up. Yeah, I know it. Come right above the head. Bring the hand right down here. That's that W position with one hand. See, the elbow's going way behind my back. And the other elbow is way right above my head. Okay? Then you come back right here. Keep the elbows down. Bring that elbow on this side now down into the W position with the elbow and above the head. it should be above the head. If you're having trouble getting above the head, see how I'm tapping the top of my head? And then I'm going straight. See, I'm pulling down here. I'm going up. I'm coming down. Take a breath through your nose. Yeah, through your nose. Just like that. Get your elbow in. Come all the way up. If you're having trouble touching the top of your head in a neutral spine position, and you're coming out here instead of coming on top of the head, well, we got to keep working at that, right? Then come back up. Take a big breath through the nose, through the nose. Drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders. Tight tummy, tight tummy. Here I go. I'm going to come down with the elbow way tucked in behind my side, the side of my body. And then the arm here, see, we just go up like a raised hand and then down. And when you come down, should be touching the top of your head, not your forehead and not behind your head, okay? Take a big breath through the nose. Here we go. Pull. See that pull? Yeah, remember this pull. Take note. Is your shoulder giving you problems in this position? Okay? Because if it is, then you're the one or two or three that should not put any more weight. See, I'm pulling right here. I'm pulling down and I'm pulling away and I'm pulling this hand up. So that is giving a gentle resistance. Okay? Then I'm going to bring them down, all the way down, right to here. Okay, now you should be nice and wide. Shoulders down. Yes. I'm going to hip hinge. I'm going to come back. Here's what you should ask yourself. As you're coming down, where are you pressing on your feet? Most of you are going to be rolling in and pressing on the bunion of the big toe, or the bones of the big toe, I should say. You may not have a bunion. Drop your shoulders. Okay, so once you've straightened out that you want your whole foot to feel the pressure, not just the inside, then you hip hinge, you keep your chin tucked, and I want you to go down until you just start to feel some pulling in the groin, and it should be both groin areas, okay? So if it's not, take a look and see what you're doing with your knees, because generally, if you only feel it in one, a stretch feeling in the groin in one, generally as you come down, you will catch that you're rolling one knee in, or you're putting more pressure on that inside of that foot. So come down all the way down until you feel pressure or stretch in both groin areas. Now see, I have my hand here. When I come back, I'm going to push gently on my hands as well as lift back. So I'm going to do that again. All fours of the feet, not just the insides. Come down just a little bit more and then come back. Take a big deep breath. So what are we doing? We are stimulating that groin. It's a very important muscle area for movement, okay? And you don't even realize that you're having groin issues, and it actually is coming from a hip problem, possibly. Not always, but possibly, okay? See how I'm coming down? I'm taking a big deep breath. I'm going a little lower each time, and I'm going to do up to like, I don't know, 4 to 6 of these. My chin is tucked. Keep your knees open, okay? Keep your shoulders down. Come down a little bit further. Take a big deep breath. Do not roll in with those knees, and then come back. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to cross our leg just like that. Okay, hip hinge, go back, put that leg down, do the other one. Okay, across, yeah. Take your little tea towel, Now you're gonna open back. You're gonna put the tea towel under the leg, and you're gonna pull this knee as close to your body as you can and across your midline. Woo! Then you're gonna straighten that leg. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Take a big deep breath, say rib cage up. Yeah. And then come down. And then come down. Okay, you ready? So now we're going to do the other leg. So here's the deal. When you want to go forward or you want to go back, what you got to do, you got to retrain yourself. You got to do it through your hips, and then don't cave, meaning don't flex your back excessively. It's going to maybe do it a little bit, but not much. Okay, so now I'm going to cross my leg. So I want to get you into this so you know how to do this, okay? Because this is a great way. If you can't, let's say you're sitting in church. I know some of you can't relate. See, I think Tim comes to mind. Sorry about that. Frank should be laughing right now. Anyway, you cross your legs. Let's say you're in church, and you don't want to go put your sweater under your leg and really pull it up here, okay? Just cross your leg, grab, and pull across your midline as much as you can, and then just kind of put your hand under there and straighten that leg as you lean back. See that? Just lean back and point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. So yeah, if you had a tea towel and you could really get with it, and you could pull this sucker up here and go across and go point, flex, point, flex. But most of you have made your shoulders come up right now. Put your shoulders down and pull that leg in toward your body. I know it. Take a breath, drop your shoulders, breathe through your nose, and then come down. Yeah. So remember the chair position I talked to you about a while ago? Well, here we go. As we're ending up through this whole warm-up situation. And let me interject in here. Some people come on and find this channel. I don't know how they find them. But anyway, if you're having a rough morning or you're having a rough patch of it and you just can't get back into stuff, just pull up and do the workouts. I aim it specifically at trying to help you get your body ready for more movement. And sometimes you have to start a lot more gentle than what you're seeing out there. Okay, so I'm going to stand up right here, hip hinge up. I'm in front of my chair, so you can really use a chair really well because I have a wide stance. I'm going to step, pull, then I'm going to ambulate backwards. Here's my chair. You don't want to run into anything. See how I brought my heel up? Then I come back here. I step really wide and come in. Drop my shoulders. Breathe through my nose. Side step again, and then step really wide. And I got my hand right here. See that? See that? Then I come back up here, and then I step wide again, and I'm ready to do a hip hinge to the chair that has the pad on it. So when you're first getting started again, do multiple squats, which is what we're doing, with a 2-inch pad on your chair. And then come back up. Take a big deep breath. Now we're going to go the opposite way. So I'm stepping wide. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to step. And then I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to ambulate backwards. I'm going to bring that heel up. And then come into my chair stance. And then go frontal plane, and then step really wide up. See how I'm going to bring my leg up this time? This should give you a hint of where I'm going here. So what I'm going to do, instead of bringing my back leg forward right now, I have my chair right here. I've stepped really wide, maybe wider than you're comfortable, but you've got a chair with a pad right here. Put your little fingers right on that. Got it? Okay, bend the back knee, Keep bending the back knee. Don't lean in. Don't lean forward. See, I'll tease my front leg up a little bit. Tease my back leg back a little bit. Lean on the chair. Come all the way down. Okay? Listen. If you don't get anything else about this morning, I do functional work mostly. I would say about 80%, maybe more, functional work to help you function better. This move right here, coming down onto a knee and then coming back up. See that? Getting down, getting up, and doing it without grunting and groaning. You know what I mean? Is very, very important to your independence, to your enjoying your life. Use a dadgum chair to get yourself started, okay? So, put my hand here. Don't lean excessively. I'm on my knee. This is my replaced knee. This is my replaced hip. I have to be able to come up and down both. And we're going to do this with weights in just a minute. So I'm on that knee. Number one, I'm feeling a stretch. If I push myself back, if I were right in front of you right now, I would say pull your tummy in with your knee down, drop your shoulders, square up, meaning don't turn this way. That's what I mean. Square up, and then let yourself float backwards until you feel a stretch in that quad. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders. Okay. Now I'm going to get up. This is a very important part of this because some of you grip it and you hold your breath. You do all kinds of weirdo gymnastics to get yourself up from this. And you're supposed to just engage your leg muscles. So I got my hand here. I am not going to lean excessively. I'm going to push down and I'm going to push into my toe and into my foot. Tight tummy. Here we go. Breath. Press, and you're up here, and then you come back down. And then you're up here, and you come back down. And you're up here. Take a breath, and you come back down. When you come up, just exhale. Right there. Take a breath. Yeah, you'll do a few in between. Right here, drop your shoulders, tighten up. Here we go. Press into the foot, press into the foot in the back. Go. Yeah, and do it several times. So the warm up and a set of these. Oh my goodness, you'll be so far ahead of the game. Yeah, a set can be 10. We'll say a set is 10. And let's say at first you can't do 10. Let's say this is giving you some real trouble. Okay, well, then you've got to change something. But basically, we need to function, okay? In the real world, we have to get down on the floor. We want to play with our grandkids. We want to go on snow trips. We want to do all kinds of stuff. So you've got to be able to mobilize your joints, whether they're replaced or not. Okay, that's what I'm trying to help me do. And I'm just telling you, you can come along. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. Just stay with me. Stay with me. So this is body weight training. See how I have my hand here flat? Take a breath. Exhale. And then go down. And one more. Are you ready? Yes. Inhale. And exhale. So I'm right there. Oh my goodness. What am I going to do? I'm way out here. So what you're going to do is turn towards your chair and then just help your leg back in and stand. Then you're going to step wide, step, and now you're going to put the other leg in back. Okay? So I'm going to step forward. I got my chair here. I'm going to step back just like I'm walking backwards. Yeah. And if you're walking backwards, hopefully you are not turning your toe out. Okay? So they're pretty straight on right now. I'm in a big, wide split stance. Yes. Big breath with the nose. And you might have to tease your front and or your back leg back, both to get wider as you bring your knee down. So this is my hip replace side. This is my knee replace side. For me, it doesn't hurt my knee, okay? When I come down, it does not hurt my knee. The thing you have to be careful of when you're gonna do this, ambulate or come into a knee down position to pick things up, to do whatever, and then you have to get up. Yeah, there's that. So you might have to sneak this front leg out a little bit more. Okie dokie. So now my hand's here, my hand's here. I'm not gonna lean excessively because I want my leg muscles to get me up. Okay, so take a breath. Don't hold your breath. Get ready. You're gonna push into the back toe, into the front foot. And you're gonna exhale and bring that leg up. And it's very wide stance. Wider than what we would be if we were just freestanding. See how I ease myself into this move? I want this move to be very smooth for you. If it's not right now, this is your homework through November, December. My hand's here, my hand's here. Press into the toe, into the foot, and exhale, and bring that leg up and back. Say rib cage up, go back down. Tease this leg forward or back, whatever you need to. Take a big deep breath, drop your shoulders, right here, press, and I'm up. And I don't want to be doing grunting and groaning, right? It's okay if you do that a little bit right now because you're learning. But if you're in this position, I want you to have full efficacy that you can get yourself to your feet. That's the point of doing this. Here, here, do not raise those shoulders. Tighten, take a breath, press into your feet. Ah, right there. And then come back down. Take a big deep breath. We're gonna do this about 4 more times. Here we go. Breath. And come back down. Say rib cage up. Yes. Rib cage up. Don't cave on me. Press. Yeah, you can go out through the mouth if you need to. But breathe in through the nose. Okay, we got 2 more. Keep your shoulder down. Keep your shoulder down. Oh, so many people wonder why they screw up their shoulders. And a lot of times it's because you bring it way out of socket, so to speak, and you use all the wrong muscles. Drop those shoulders. Put your hand here. Put your hand here. Now push into your feet. Exhale. Keep your shoulders down. Come back down. Another 2 or 3 times. Here we go. Push. Big breath. Here we go. Breath and exhale. Keep your shoulder down. Keep your chin tucked. Breath. Right here. Right here. Push. And then come back up. See how I put my hands here and I just come together and I'm up for this. I'm up, ready to go. Okay. All right. So we did a lot of figure eights with our little dishcloth. We did some, a lot of ambulation around the chair. I still have my little pad here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do a little compound move here. So I'm coming down into the chair pad. So here's the deal. A lot of times when I'm having you stand up or sit down, see this? A lot of times if you don't check where you're at, you will drift. You will drift to the side. You will drift a little too far forward. Then when you go to sit down, you're not quite on the chair. So don't get going so fast. So I have my band. I'm gonna pull and pull, okay? So here's the deal. When you do this, what if I came into the room right now? See this? Pull, pull. And I put my hands on your shoulders. I know it. You bring those little suckers up. Don't do that. Drop the shoulders. Okay, tighten up. Okay, I'm gonna hip hinge. I'm gonna come down, pull, keep my shoulders down. Keep my shoulders down. Take a big breath. Then I'm gonna come up. Yeah, I'm gonna come back down. Pull. Look at the elbow. Pull. Look at the elbow. Look at the hands. They're not up in front of my face. Yeah, they're right in front of the chest. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Yes. Yes. And bring it down. Yeah. Take a big breath. Okay, now I'm going to put it on the back part of my hands and bring the hands right into here. Now, stay with me. I'm going to bring my feet in just a little bit. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to stand up and we're just going to bring our hands out a little bit and just push pressure on the outsides of my knuckles. See that? And then bring them back in. So I go from elbow back here to elbow at my waist. That's it. Some of you are trying to do this way out here. So that's going to hurt your, that can hurt your shoulder. Okay. So before I do that, I'm going to take this little pad out from under me. See? Now go down. Okay. You may not think 2 inches is much, but now you're going to see how much it is. So I'm going to bring my feet in just a little bit. Drop your shoulders. Yes. And where are we going to go? We're going to stand up and we're going to bring our hands out so that our elbows are right at our waist. And we're going to be pulling apart. And then we're going to come back in to release. Keeping our shoulders down the whole time. Are you ready? Hip hinge. You're going to push into the heels. Right here, and you're going to come out just so that the elbows are in front of my tummy. Then I'm going to push. I'm going to bring those elbows back. Then I'm going to do it again. And I've got 2 inches that I have just tasked my quads with. Okay, and if you're not careful, some of you are going to do all kind of wonky movements to avoid stimulating these muscles, which was what I'm trying to get you to do. You're going to be pulling your knee in. You're going to be not shifting into your heels. You're going to be jerking. So all of those you want to try not to do, okay? So take a big breath. So what I'm asking you to do is to be a good little slug today. And don't do those weirdo movements. Yeah. Take a breath. Come back. Okay, now we're going to hang out here for a second. You ready? So we're going to come right here. We're going to hold right here. Take a breath. Pull in. Keep that press going. Keep that press going. Breath. Breath through the nose. Go down 1 more inch into the heels. Keep your shoulders down and stand up. That's how I want you to stand up all day today. Anytime you find yourself sitting down somewhere, you should say to yourself, oh, geez, I'm going to have to do those holding squats because I promised. I know. It is what it is, right? Okay. To the weights. Are you ready? Today, we are, partway into the class. So here's the deal. Usually I start with pretty lightweight, correct? And I progress heavier. Right now, I want you to pick up the heaviest weight that you think you can handle, standing here, walking, and then pulling here and pulling here, okay? So I'm giving you the setup here. So for me, for instance, right now, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a 15 pound on both hands, okay? 15, 15. So I have 30. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna stand right here in front of my chair, just like we've done. I've got a 15 and a 15 pound weight. I'm not telling you that's what you should pick up, but you should be able to do this. See this? See this? You should be able to do that. And you should be able to come right here and sit down with that weight. And then stand up with that weight. So that should be your guide as to how much weight you pick up. Okie dokie? So, yes, with hips replaced, knees replaced, feet problems, all that, we have to be mindful about the weight load. But the most important thing is your positioning, and then don't overdo. So again, put your weights right here, whatever weight you chose, open at the hip hinge, and you should be able to, without doing all kinds of gymnastics, you should be able to grip your weight, whatever you chose. Take a breath, tighten in your tummy, drop your shoulders, and bring this weight right here and bring it right here. See that? Then bring this weight here and bring this weight here. And any movement that you see me doing, I'm doing it with the lift, okay? I'm not bending my back. I'm not throwing the weight or throwing my back. I'm checking to see, is this okay on my joints? Am I throwing my elbow in order to get this up here from all the way down here? So what do I mean by throwing your elbow? Well, if you have a weak shoulder, you have some kind of arm issue, when you go to do this, I'll see people do this kind of a thing, okay? That's called a cheater move. That slugs are famous for. So don't do that. And how do you not do that? You pick up a weight that you can handle in good form. So see, I'm hip hinging forward and back. I have a pretty good grip on the barrel of this weight that I've picked up, but I am not lifting my shoulder in order to lift this weight. See that? Yeah, take a breath. So here's the thing. You know, you see all kinds of stuff out there on social media, and all these people are now making their living online, and we're online. Nothing wrong with that. The problem is you got to be very honest with yourself, and one of the ways of keeping you honest with your positioning, with your lifting, is how you feel. If you have a mirror or a window that you can see yourself, okay, that helps with your positioning. But this move right here, this is a very functional move, okay? I'm just trying to help you figure out how to stimulate that muscle, not just in your bicep, which is this is targeting, but you see, when I lean forward and I keep my shoulders down and I'm in good position, keep my chin tucked, I'm using my whole shoulder girdle to stabilize this, okay? So drop those shoulders and you're bringing this up. You're using forearm, you're using your grip, your palm, all your hand muscles to hang on to this. But the biggest deal is that you want to do this with a bigger weight is because as I lean in from my hip right here, see, I'm working all those very important stabilizers up through my neck, my back, my core, okay? Now I'm going to put this weight down, just like that. Now open those hands. They should be getting pretty tired right here. See that? See that? Yeah. just like that, just like that. Take a breath, take a breath, okay? Now we're gonna do a different kind of muscle work. So I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna act like, I'm gonna move my chair here so you can see what I'm doing actually. I'm gonna act like that I'm gonna stand up on that chair. Am I going to? No, that would be pretty foolish. But you see here, if I'm standing here and I'm gonna go step up here, some of you should do this by a wall because you need your hand on a wall to stabilize. If you don't have that, get yourself a pole. Put your pole right here. Step up. See that? Put that foot pretty much in the middle. Okie dokie. Now you're gonna act like you're gonna step up, but you're not going to. So I just want to innervate all these muscles right here. So I'm gonna go push. See, I'm just gonna do a push. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna step up, and it just makes me start to contract these muscles in a very quick motion. Okay, see that? See that? So your tummy's tight, yes? Shoulders are down, yes? Yes, do that first, then bent knee, and you're gonna press into here, but you're not going up. Okay? Listen, if you did this move 30 times with each leg every single day through November, you would move so different in December. So drop your shoulders. Do not round your back. Press. Press. Drop your shoulders. Press. Drop your shoulders. Press. Drop your shoulders. Press. Keep at it. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. This is my knee replace. This is my hip replace. Boom. Yeah, just like that. Take a breath. Press into that front leg. Front foot. Front foot. 2 more. 1 more. Come back and come back. You should feel this. I know it. Okay, drop your shoulders. Stay with me. Again, if you know you have balance issues, do this with your chair. So you can put your hand on a wall, a counter, a pole. So I'm going to shift into my hip that's replaced, and I'm going to lift this knee up that's replaced, and I'm trying to get different kind of muscle action. It's a quicker move that we're not maybe sometimes used to. With joints replaced, with having our birthdays, we just go, oh, leave the quick stuff for the others. Well, I'm trying to show you a little technique using a very familiar movement pattern to help get us stronger, okay? So drop your shoulders, tight tummy, in the knee, okay? Take a breath and act like you're gonna get up. And if you're gonna act like you're gonna get up, what must you engage? You gotta feel pressure in this foot on the chair. Some of you are just doing this kind of a bouncy thing. Don't do that. Really act like you're gonna get up. And in order to do that, you've gotta slow down, okay? Act like you're gonna get up on the chair. Yeah, it's a different feel. Take a breath. Take a breath. Keep your chin tucked. Press down. Shoulders down. Right there. Right there. Breath. Shoulders down. Act like you're going to get up on that foot right there. You're going to put pressure in that foot. Yeah, that'll keep you from just jumping. I don't want you to jump. You're pressing. Pressing. Engage the foot that's on the chair. Take a breath. Take a breath. Breath. Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me. Okay, 3 more. Take a breath. Was that 3? Okay, 1 more. Okay, come on. You did that correctly if you're shaking just a little bit. That's what I want. Okay. All right. Here we go. My big weights are down here. I'm going to do a little sit down. So we're doing lots of sit to stands, lots of big muscle work in the hip, the leg, etc. We started with our free weights with pretty heavy weights. So they're right down here. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to pick them up. You can pick them both up. However, you can pick one up and then the other up and then come up. See that? Okay, now I got 30 pounds. I can either keep them in my hands or I can put them up here and just hang on to them. Take a big deep breath. It's your choice. Whatever you want to do. Take a breath. But when you start to come up, watch your knees. Do not let them roll in. You want to shine your taillights on this. Take a breath. Exhale, heels, and stand. Yes. Then I come to the side. See this? Remember this? I'm going to go back very carefully. Yep, just like that. Then I'm going to go out here. And then I'm going to step to the front and step side. Okay? And they're right here. Take a big breath, step forward, drop that knee, step back. Yeah, we're not going all the way down the chair. We did that. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders, step, bend that knee, and come up. Stay there. Bend that knee and come up. Take a breath. Bend that knee, come down, 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 and just hold it down there. Do little tiny, tiny pulses. Drop your shoulders, rib cage up, big breaths through the nose. Keep pulsing. It's not a bounce, it's a squeezing. And then come back and switch. Here we go, tight tummy, bend the back knee, and just little pulses. Say rib cage up, big breath, big breath, big breath, little pulses. Breath, 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 and come back. Now, how am I going to get these off of here? Tight tummy, do a little press, put them in your hands, and you're good to go. Okay? Here we go. Put them right here, put them right here. And I'm going to keel it down. I'm going to go down now because now I'm going to use my chair differently. Okay? I'm going to use my chair a little differently. So now I'm going to come here and I'm going to use shoulder work. It's going to follow up with what we did, I think, on Friday. And I'm going to use core work specifically. So I'm going to put my hands right here. Number 1. I'm going to take one leg in, one leg back. Okay, I'm going to go back pretty far so that I feel my calf muscle stretching. Yes, you should be able to know and hit this stretch anywhere you're at, no matter what you're doing. You can do it out on the trail. You can do it in your house. You can do it out working on your garage. Bend the knee, press it back. Do a little bit of a calf pump. That will help your circulation. Okie dokie. That will help your mobility. Keep your shoulders down. See, I'm just rocking and rolling here. See that? Okay, I'm going to come in, switch. Keep my chin tucked. All the way back. Go into my calf. Then I'm going to bend that knee. Press it down. Bend that knee. Press it down. Bend that knee. Press it down. Bend that knee in the back, press it down, okay? Now I'm gonna step back to about halfway, and I'm gonna come down to my elbows. Now, let me just tell you, right here, some of you may do much better if you'll put your pad on your chair. Just do it. Because you're gonna put your elbows down, and we're gonna do planks from the chair. So at first, I'm very bent. I'm going to take my foot out. I'm going to keep one foot forward. I'm going to come into this and I'm going to switch several times. I'm going to keep my shoulders down and I'm going to come back in and come back out. Keep your shoulders down. Breath and breath and breath and breath. Keep your shoulders down. Okay, now stay with me here. So we've changed our legs, our lead legs several times. Now I'm gonna pick a spot. You get to pick your spot. Both of them are back there. And I'm hanging out here on my elbows. And I'm tightening in my tummy. And I'm gonna go out with one leg and hold it here for a bit. Take a big deep breath. Keep my shoulders dropping. Then I'm gonna switch. See how I'm almost out with both legs? And you can be out with both legs if you want to, but keep your shoulders down. Big breath. Shoulders down. Switch. One toe with a knee in, one toe with a knee straight. Hang out here for a second or two or three. Switch. You get to say how far in you come or how far out you go. Take a big breath. Now I'm going to sneak one leg out there. And I'm going to keep tucked. Keep my shoulders down and tucked. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath through the nose. Through the nose. You're working hard right now. Then I'm going to come up and up. I'm going to grab my chair and really pull against that chair. I'm pushing my butt back and pulling with my ears right at my biceps. Breath, 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 breath. Go right back into those elbows. Go step right back into that chair plank. And this time, you're gonna let your knees drop. And you're just gonna hang right there. Keep your shoulders down. So you're not resting your knees on the ground, but you're definitely hovering, hoovering, whatevering above the floor. Just hang there. Yes, hang there. Take a breath. Take a breath. Come back up. Step in and come up. Turn your chair around. Yes. Turn that chair around. Then take a shoulder width stance. Drop your shoulders. You're going to release your butt. Okay? You're going to push with your knees soft. You're going to push your hips toward the chair. Drop your chin. Drop your shoulders. Nice, soft knee, hyperextension. Open those hands. Okay, drop your shoulders. Big breaths. You see I'm pushed into the chair. Soft knees. Thumbs up. Take a breath. Take a breath. Bring your hands down. Push the hips toward the chair. Bend those knees. Step out of it. Step this way and open this way. See how I'm opening the door? I'm opening the door here. I'm opening the door here with my toes. See that? My knee, my hip. And I just hold it for a couple seconds. Come back. And I'm going to turn this out, open the door. And I'm gonna open this hand out, opposite, opposite. Then I'm gonna push forward with my hips. Keep my chin tucked. Yeah, open, 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 open. Okay, this one's for Kay. Keep that shoulders down and open. Sometimes you get much better work mobility-wise if you'll stay straight and you'll open one side, drop your shoulder, take breaths, and then the other side. Bring it down, open wide, come in, drop your shoulders. Yes, then you go turn, turn, little transverse action there. Okay, breaths, drop your shoulders, gentle. See, these are gentle turning, and I'm really keeping my shoulders down. Take big breaths, big breaths, big breaths, and shake out those hands. I hope you feel better. Okay, you'll have to review the little chair stepping thing. I thought you'd enjoy that. Oh, okay.